Hello, everyone. I'm with UCLA new long snapper Ryan Wilkins. Thank you for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, Nathan. This is awesome. It's good stuff.
Yeah, anytime I'm excited. So I'll start with my first question. What was your biggest learning experience while at Elon?
So at Elon, I'd say the biggest learning experience was just learning how to grow up a little bit. Came there as a senior in high school as a freshman. So being there those last, 4 years, 4 or 5 years, just helped me develop and grow up a little bit. From a football aspect and then just from a life aspect and also as a student aspect. So football, what it's like going to meetings, taking good notes, being prepared, being in the weight room, then practicing like a professional, being locked in at practice, and then game time is, that's the fun part. Then as a student, just being on time, assignments, on top of everything you need to be on top of. And then as a person, just having responsibility, for everything that you need to do in order to, achieve the goals that you set for yourself.
Yeah, so really, just growing up like professional, being business and getting all your work done, like you're on your own, like new state for you, so you had to hold yourself accountable to it all.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely a different experience from what from my hometown for sure. So that was exciting. That was good. It was good to get out and meet a lot of different people and just grow up a little bit and see a different part of the United States was also exciting.
Yeah, definitely. What was your favorite memory while at Elon?
So I have two for you. I have two. So my first ever college football game, for me was awesome. We played. I was a true freshman. It was first game of the year. We played North Carolina A&T. They were just back-to-back HBCU champs at the time. They had a receiver that was going to get drafted. They were really good, and that's about 20 minutes from our campus. So there's 20,000 people at the game. It was sold out. Their band was there. It was jumping. And I just remember looking around and just seeing all the people like, wow, this is college football. So this is pretty cool. So that was my that was an awesome memory. Just being from a small town too. The biggest crowd I ever played in front of was 300 people. So going from
Oh
300
wow,
people
that's a big jump.
yeah, so that was a big jump. And we lost by three. They hit a 50-yard field goal, walk-off field goal to beat us.
Oh,
So we were the underdog in that game. We just came up a little short. So that was an experience. That was awesome. Wish it could have ended differently, but and then more recently we played William and Mary last year. It was a big rivalry for us. We were down by 18 points at halftime. We came all the way back and won. I think they were first in the conference at the time, and they were ranked in the top 10. So we were able to beat them. Huge upset. It was their family weekend. So again, big time crowd there. It was over 10,000 people there in a small stadium. So that was awesome to beat them on our home field. So those two moments are something that I remember. So those were awesome.
yeah, two big games, and I bet the comeback it felt even better against a rival team.
Oh, 100%. It's an awesome rivalry. We don't like them, they don't like us. So it's a great rivalry to be a part of. Definitely something that I'm always happy that I was able to play in those that rivalry.
What was your transfer portal recruiting process like for you?
So my transfer portal recruiting process, our season ended, decided to go into the portal. Had a couple schools reach out within the first day. You know, one thing what I had a goal for myself was, I wanted to go play at the highest level I could play at. So I had a lot of good offers, at the Power Five level and the Group of Five level. And then UCLA, I thought was the highest level that I could get, um, that I could walk into and be ready to roll in January. A lot of guys are still in the portal and they still haven't found a home yet. And you can wait it out for as long as you want, but at the end of the day, I just wanted to pick a school and get going and play some ball at the highest level I could play at within the I was in there for maybe 3 weeks. So I set a time, said, hey, I don't have anything, that week after New Year's, that's my cutoff. So UCLA reached out before that. And I said, that's good. I'll go here. I can go work out and, get the ball rolling and go play some football.
Yeah, and it had, like you said, the highest level. You're playing now Big Ten school, Power Five football, so all the big games, high level football.
Oh yeah, that's something I'm excited about too. Just getting to play. A different part of the country too is awesome. So I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, that leads me into my next question, which is what made you pick UCLA?
Yeah, so same similar things that I wanted coming out of high school is I wanted to go somewhere different. I wanted a different experience that maybe my friends didn't get. So that's kind of why I chose Elon in North Carolina. I got to play big time football too. So that was kind of the same thing I wanted at the when I was in the portal was, I want a different experience. And I want to play big time football. So UCLA checked both of those boxes off, easily. I mean, it's a beautiful campus, unreal place to live, so it has all of that as well. So it was a really easy decision for me to make. The one minus I had was, it's far away from home, but I was comfortable with that. Parents were comfortable with that, so that was it was an easy decision for me.
Yeah, like you said, it had, great place to live, Westwood, and close to a lot of things like the beach, not too far, and from the great campus and great academics, so it has everything.
Oh yeah, it's unreal. It's great people too. It's a fun place to be. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Long snapper is a position people may not know much about. Can you talk about the technique and skill to it?
Yeah. So usually, coming out of high school, I was a linebacker and tight end, and I was also our long snapper. Um, I didn't have I didn't have any Division I offers to play linebacker or tight end. And I kind of knew I wasn't going to get any towards my sophomore year of high school. So I was like, I got to learn how to long snap a little bit. I might be able to get one here. So went and worked that a little bit. Yeah, technique wise, you know it's the same thing every time, so it's a lot of there's a little bit of technique involved, but it's really mentally being able to tell your body to do exactly what you want it to do every single time, so that way in a game you can turn your brain off and your body takes over. It's just creating that muscle memory. It's a lot like shooting a free throw. you know Steph Curry, Steve Nash, all those guys are great free throw shooters. They practice in the gym, and it's a technique. It's a technique, and it's a mental thing. So being able to have those two things are definitely something that you need as a long snapper. A lot of people think it's being big and strong and being explosive, and there's an element of that, but it's really how well you can control your body. So that's all I got for that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
so you have to just keep doing the reps of it for the muscle memory so that when it's the game, it's the same thing that you've been practicing since it's the same motion.
exactly.
What do you think it'll be like getting to play at the Rose Bowl and facing Big Ten teams?
So I actually, when I was, I think 10 or 11, we actually went out to the Rose Bowl to watch Stanford and Michigan State. So, living in Pittsburgh, the winters are pretty cold. So we would go do our vacations in the winter, just to get away from the miserable weather. Got to see the Rose Bowl game. I remember being, just seeing it. It was awesome. It was unreal. It was a great experience. So I'm excited to get to play in that environment. It's the granddaddy of them all. So that's going to be awesome to have that as your home stadium. And then playing the Big Ten for me personally is going to be exciting. I grew up watching the Big Ten. So we're going to get to play, at Penn State, which is, not too far from my house. We're going to get to play. Who else did we play on the road this year? We play at Nebraska, which is going to be a great experience. We get to play. There's a couple more. Who do we play? What else we play at? What else do we play away? We play. Oh man, play at Rutgers. They were Big East growing up, so getting to play in a place like that is going to be awesome. And then all the teams coming too. We got Minnesota at home this year and Iowa at home. And their whole goal for the last 30, 40 years has been, if we're in the Rose Bowl, we're playing in the Big Ten championship. So their fans are I'm sure, gonna travel well and be excited to, play in the Rose Bowl as a regular season game. So, I'm really excited to play in the Big Ten. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, so that's really cool that you visited the stadium and now you're gonna be playing in there. When you saw it at the stadium, now you're playing there, and then like you said, the Big Ten, those are all the teams you grew up watching. Penn State, not too far from your house, and so it'd just be cool to travel. And like Nebraska's always sold out, no matter where, no matter who they're
Oh,
playing. So,
oh yeah, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be a great experience.
how far is Penn State from you?
Penn State from my house is a little over an hour, maybe an hour and a half.
So not
Yeah, so
far at all.
not too far. Yeah, not too far. Yeah.
When will you be arriving at UCLA?
So I'll actually be there tomorrow. So I'm
Oh
flying out
wow.
tomorrow morning. I'll be there and I'll be ready to get to work. So I'll get all moved in, get set up over the weekend, and then Tuesday, I'm ready to get after it. So that'll be exciting.
Yeah, that is exciting. Flying out tomorrow and then be ready to just get to practice and work.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited about it.
Do you think you'll immediately be starting?
Yeah, so I think, just for me, what I did, coming up through high school and and being at Elon and even little kid football was, just focus on the best player that I can be. I'm not really worried about the depth chart. If I'm the best player I can be and take advantage of all my opportunities, the depth chart will sort itself out. And that's held true for me, as a young buck in high school. I got to play, I was a starter as a sophomore. Um, and on a good sophomore high school football team as a linebacker and tight end. That worked out for me at Elon, not coming in and focusing on beating everybody out, but just focusing on the best player I can be. And I was able to play right away at Elon as well. So
Yeah, so just focusing on working on your game each day and every day and practicing, giving like all you have, and that will work itself out. The coaches will see that.
yeah, for sure.
What are you most excited for at UCLA?
So that's a good question. I think I'm excited for, just being able to meet the guys. That's always fun. That's a big part of football is, the guys you work with every day. So I'm excited to get out there and meet those guys, meet my new teammates. I'm excited to play in the Rose Bowl. I'm excited just to go to class there in UCLA. It's a beautiful campus. I took my visit there last week. Um, Unreal facilities, unreal campus. I'm excited too. They told me, it's about 15 minutes from the beach. So that's exciting too. Done with class, done with football for the day, go hang out on the beach for a little bit, go back home. So, a lot of stuff to do out there. And I'm excited to have the opportunity to go explore and do some things outside of football.
Yeah, experience like the West Coast, part that you haven't gotten to live in. Like you said, go to the beach easily and just all sorts of things to do. So it'll be fun and meeting your new teammates.
Yeah, for sure.
How would you describe yourself off the field?
I would say I'm pretty laid back. A lot of snappers and kickers and punters have similar personalities just because it's a pretty stressful job throughout the course of the game. Everybody expects it to go smoothly and, you have to have that expectation for yourself. So very similar to on the field, I think is, very laid back, just calm and focused on, what needs to get done. Off the field, you don't have to be locked in, just having a good time. So, just enjoying, just enjoying hanging out, enjoying the day, enjoying spending time with your teammates and your friends, just hanging out, just being laid back and enjoying it. So
Yeah, so being laid back and like you were saying, it helps you in the game because, and coaches trying to ice you for game-winning field goals, and when you got to make the snap and everyone expects it to just go smoothly, you can't let that get to you. You got to be laid back.
right, yes, correct. Yeah.
Then the last question I have is for fun. You get to take any three NFL players to dinner. They could be past or present. Who are you taking?
So I'm a big Steeler fan, so I would probably take probably I was supposed to pick one guy from that group. We'll go with Terry Bradshaw. Terry Bradshaw has a very interesting story growing up in Louisiana and how he got to the Steelers. So that'd be a cool guy to hang out with. Ed Reed, is another guy. Very, he's a cool guy. He's, a lot of personality around him. And then my third would be Randy Moss. He grew up in West Virginia, which isn't too far from me. Went to Marshall, so he's got a lot of good stories about growing up in West Virginia and then growing up and now as a Hall of Famer. So those three guys I think would be fun. That'd be a fun dinner.
Yeah,
Fun.
That would for sure. And all three of them, I feel like they all have like pretty entertaining personalities too. I feel like.
Oh, for sure. They're all very outgoing guys who like to have a good time. So,
Yeah, like Terry Bradshaw seems really funny.
oh yeah, yeah.
Like you said, you're a big Steelers fan. He's a Steelers legend, winning the four Super Bowls. So
Oh yeah, for sure. He's got a lot of stories of him winning all those and being with all those guys back in the 70s. So that'd be interesting to, hear what he has to say about all of those guys.
yeah, and Ed Reed, Randy Moss, all play for great teams, great careers, lots of experience.
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
All right, thank you for taking the time to join me today.
Awesome, of course, man. This is great. This is awesome.
This was. Thank you.
Of course. All right, Nathan. All right, man.